Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater. Thanks for stopping by my studio today. I want to give you a look at a new product from Solid State Logic, the Alpha 8. Now, I would call this an audio interface expander. You can also use it actually as an audio interface, but what it is an 8-channel analog to digital and digital to analog converter that you can use with any audio interface that has optical inputs and outputs. It also supports SPDIF on both optical as well as coaxial formats. Now, the Alpha 8 is very simple to operate. In most cases, you're just going to plug it in and it's kind of set it and forget it at that point. It's a single rack space unit, as you can see here. We've got 8 input channels, and you can select each of those input channels and do a little bit of configuration on those. You can set the level, for example. There are 4 different levels that you can choose from, +9 to +24. And we can also set where the clock is coming from. We can set the sample rate if it's operating independently. Under the gear, we have some setup options there, and those allow you to do a little bit of configuration and routing. You can, for example, set inputs 1 and 2 for SPDIF if you want to. You can do SPDIF to ADAT conversion and so on. So there is some versatility under that front panel as well. But let's go back to just our basic setup here. We've got our 8 inputs, 8 outputs. We can look at where those are routed, whether analog, digital, and so on. Again, very easy to set up. One nice feature is we've got confidence monitoring here on the front panel with the headphone output. So whatever you select is going to be fed through that, just so you can check it out in your ears before you get started. I've been using the Alpha 8 fed directly into an SSL 18, their new flagship audio interface by ADAT Optical. So I've got 8 channels going in, 8 channels coming back out. And what I'm finding is the Alpha 8 is awesome for a wide range of different applications. It's a great way to get additional preamps into your main interface, for example. The SSL 18 has 8 mic preamps, but using the Alpha 8, I'm also bringing in 4 channels of Harrison 32 Classic MS mixed strip channels. So I've got 12 channels of preamps happening here. In addition, behind me I have 2 keyboards. This is my Korg, and I've also got an Oberheim OB6 into another 2 channels. So that gives you the option to bring in keyboards as well. It makes a great expander from that standpoint. But you can also use the Alpha 8 to provide inserts in your signal path from your DAW, so you can insert external hardware gear into your mixes. So I've got a Cranborn Audio Carnaby HE2 EQ here, and it's set up on inputs 1 and 2 and outputs 1 and 2 on the Alpha 8, and I'm routing that using an insert from Pro Tools. So you can see when I start Pro Tools playing, signal is feeding out from the Alpha 8, coming into my Cranborn Audio HE2, coming out of there, back into the Alpha 8, and all of that is feeding into the SSL 360 mixer and can be routed into my DAW or to my monitors or wherever I need it to go. There's one additional feature that's very cool about the Alpha 8, and that's that it can serve as a USB audio interface. There's a USB port on the back. It'll connect directly to your computer, provides 8 inputs, 8 outputs. You could use that as an aggregate device with another interface if you like. So it just adds additional versatility and makes the range of applications even wider for the Alpha 8. And when you do use the Alpha 8 as an audio interface, you actually get 18 inputs and 18 outputs. Not only do you get the ADAT inputs and outputs, you also get the analog inputs and outputs separately, all of that feeding directly in, as well as the SPDIF in and out. So you get up to 18 inputs and 18 outputs simultaneously when using it as a USB audio interface. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Alpha 8 from Solid State Logic. Very cool expander for your audio interface, adding more inputs and more outputs, and we can always use more of those in our studios. But it also can serve as a standalone audio interface if that's what you want to use it for. Very versatile piece of gear. Sounds fantastic. Couldn't be easier to use. It's definitely a winner. If you have questions about the Alpha 8 or any of Solid State Logic's products, head over to sweetwater.com, or better yet, contact your Sweetwater sales engineer because they have all the answers. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater.